press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello all, how are you? I hope that all are doing good, is it? So today I am here with you with a new lesson, packing. The name of the lesson is packing. So this lesson was written by Jerome K. Jerome. So here, before I am going to look after this lesson, so let's say about the quiet introduction. So here, Jerome K. Jerome was born on 2nd May 1859 in Colmore, United Kingdom. Okay, and he was an English writer and humorist. Humorist means a person who is good to describe about the funny situation and funny dialogues. Okay, so he is a humorist, a funny writer, funniest writer here. So he used to write the funny characters, funny stories. Okay, so here he is called as a humorist. Then he is best known for the comic travelogue, that is Three Men in a Boat. And this lesson is also extracted from the novel called Three Men in a Boat. This is a novel. Okay, actually Three Men in a Boat, it is a novel. It is a novel and it is called as a comic travelogue. So there we can see a lot of humorous thing. Humorous means it's about a funny dialogues, funny situations, funny act. Okay, so through that the writer used to say that so how the humorist is good for the life. Okay, the funny things which it enjoys to our reading quality, which enhance it is. Okay, so here it is about a writer. So now it's about a packing. So let me ask one question to you. So you all love for traveling, is it? Yes, but more than stress we are having, that more than traveling and more than we are going for planning for something, the more stress we are having for the packing. Okay, so packing is the one of the stressful work before we are going for travel, is it? But here the writer feels very interesting job it is, and he likes for packing. Okay, and while he was explaining about his situation, about his the incidents which he had with the friends, and he says some funniest things. He had enjoyed a lot of scenes, and he had enjoyed too for the packing. Okay, so let's see what is there in this lesson. The writer is discussing about, in this lesson the writer is discussing about the packing when the writer was planned for trip with Harris and George. So here I have written the character names. So we are see that the three characters are important here. That is narrator, who is narrator here, writer. Writer is the narrator in this lesson. And who is the writer here? Jerome K. Jerome. Okay. And this writer has friends. That is Harris and George. Okay. These two friends of writer. And they were planned for a trip, for a travel. Okay. They have to go for a trip and they have to keep whatever the things they need, they have to keep in their bags. Is it? Whatever the things which is necessary, so while they were in travel and while they have to move to the other place. Okay, so here these three friends are enjoying a lot while packing bag. Okay, while packing their bags and while packing the food, so they have a lot of fun with each other. So let's enjoy. So we also have a fun today. Okay, so let's see this lesson. Here the the story begins like this. I said I'd pack. I said I'd pack. I rather pride myself on my packing. Packing is one of the many things that I feel I know more about than any other person living. It surprised me myself sometimes how many such things there are. So here in this line the poet introduced about his liking towards the packing. Okay, he likes for the packing. And it is one of the wonderful job for the writer. Okay, and he feels it gives a surprise to him. Okay, he feels very surprised that he find that he likes too much while he was packing bags. I impressed the fact upon George and Harris and told them that they had better leave the whole matter entirely to me. So So in these lines, in the few lines the writer says here, so how much he likes for packing. Okay. So and later on he introduces his friends. So that is Harris and George. So he said to his friends, so they were planned for a trip and they were ready for packing. And here the writer says that he likes two for a packing. And here there are two friends who are sat there with the writer, and he said to these two friends that so all the responsibility of packing I will take it. Okay, so you should not worry for that. I will take the responsibility of packing and I will pack it. They fell into the suggestion with the readiness that they had something uncanny about it. So when these two friends heard the suggestions, so that what the writer has suggested that, so he will take the responsibility for packing, and they were relaxed. They were sat on the sofa and on chair. Okay, they feel relaxed and they were sitting quiet. They are not doing anything. They are not helping to the writer for packing. Okay, so that makes an uncanny things for the writer. Uncanny means which gives a strange thing. Now here the writer feels strange about the two friends. When he said that I will pack it, okay, myself. So you just don't worry about that. So then they feel relaxed. The friends feel relaxed and they were sitting at the chair and they were watching at the writer. So while he was packing. Then George spread himself over this easy chair and Harris cocked his legs on the table. So what these two friends are doing when the writer is packing? So George, he was sitting on the chair. He is feeling relaxed on the chair. And while the Harris, he was cocked. Cocked means here bend the legs on the knee as he sat. Okay, he was bend his legs on. He feels like a gesture that he was feeling relaxed, and you can see in a picture how the writer here he was sat on the floor and he was packing his bag, and these two friends are sitting very relaxed. And the Harris, how he was sitting and he folded his leg one another and he was sitting very calm, very relaxed manner. Okay, so this is about. So let's deal with the further. This was hardly what I intended. What I had meant, of course, was that I should boss the job and that Harris George should potter about under my directions. I pushing them aside every now and then with, "Oh, you here, let me do it." There you are, simple enough, really teaching them, as you might say. So in these lines, the poet says that he was planned. It is not planned that these two people were sitting relaxed and they were not doing any other work. So here the writer feels that he has to be a part of the boss. How the boss is giving the orders to the employer, okay, to the employer that do this one and you have done a wrong thing. So like that he wanted to guide to these two friends. But what they have did, so it's not mean about the writer, they have to be relaxed. So they have to help to the writer, it's not like helping. So this writer is wanted to teach them how to pack bags, okay, like the bosses. So in the time of, so when they were employees are working in the office, so how the bosses are saying this is a wrong and this is a right one. So like that I wanted to play a role, but here they are feeling relaxed on the couch and also on a chair. So he was said like that. And he said here the sentence like, "Oh, you here, let me do it. If they did something wrong, so there I will order them, just move on. So you don't know anything, I will do it. Okay, so let it here, I will do it. Let me do it." There you are, simple enough, really teaching them, as you might say. So he was supposed to do that with the friends, but actually these two people are sitting relaxed. Okay, so they are taking it in a way, they did irritated me, but they were not doing like that. So they were sitting in a relaxed manner, so that gives irritation to the writer. There is nothing does irritated me more than seeing other people sitting about doing nothing when I am working. So what he feel irritated about the friends? So when the writer looked these people, they were sitting relaxed and they were not doing any kind of work. So that gives irritation to the writer. Okay, he feels irritated about that these two friends are not doing any work. This is, I lived, let's go on to the further paragraph. I lived with a man once who used to make me mad that way. He would loll on the sofa and watch me doing things by the hour together. He said it did him really good look on at him, messing about. Okay, so in this line, so while he was packing his bag, he is explaining about one of his story. So once upon a time he was living with a man. Okay, so he was a man that he is not at all doing any kind of work. He was lolled on the sofa. Loll on the sofa means he was lean. He was lying on the sofa simply. He was not doing any kind of work and he was not sleeping too. Okay, and then watch me doing things by the hour together. So that man, he was simply lying on sofa and he's watching at me that I am doing some work. Okay, he was simply staring at me that I am doing work. He said it did him really good to look at him messing about. So when he was saying, that man was saying that to writer that, so what you are doing work now, what the messy things are there and you are arranging those things which is messed out. So I was feel relaxed that I feel very happy that so you are doing work and you are wasting your time to arrange those things. So that man was telling to the writer. Okay. So he was telling here the story. It's not story, it was experienced when he was living with another man. Okay. Now I am not like that. I can't sit still and see another man slaving and working. I want to get up and superintend and walk around with my hands in my pockets and tell him what to do. It is my energetic nature. I can't help it. So in this line, the writer says about, so he can't sit quiet. So always he wanted to do some work, some kind of work. Okay, he can't sit quiet. So what the role he was playing here, that he wanted to play like a boss. Okay, he wanted to move here and there while putting his hands in his pocket and giving a suggestion to the employees and to the people, and he wanted to teach the people how to do the work. Okay, but he is expecting like that, but he is not doing. But these two friends are sitting like that. Okay, and they are feeling relaxed. So that gives an energetic nature. That is writer's nature. Okay, so that one is the writer nature, that he can't sit quiet. He always wanted to do some work. Okay, what kind of a work? So like a bosses. Okay, so always he wanted to teach the employer, and he wanted to teach his friends too. Okay, how to pack bags. So this is about his intention to say to the reader. However, I did not say anything but started the packing. It seemed a longer job than I had thought it was going to be, but I got the bag finished at last and sat on it and strapped it. Okay. So in this paragraph, the writer says here that okay, never mind, I have to do my job, so I have to do my work. So he was started packing his bag. His bag means everyone's bag, that is Harry's and George bag, their bags. I did not say anything, so he not spoke anything to his friends. He was thinking all those thoughts. Okay, so whatever he said earlier, so it was a thought of the writer. It seemed longer job than I had thought, so he feels that it takes a lot of time while packing bags. But actually, he had finished it early, and he was closed it, and he was sad. And ain't you going to put the boots in? Said Harris. So Harris said here, so you don't want to put your boots inside the bag? So that one asked the question back, Harris. And I looked round and found I had forgotten them. So when Harris was said like that, so suddenly the writer was looked around, he saw that he was forgot to keep his boots in the bag. That's just like Harris. He couldn't have said a word until I would got the bag shut and strapped, of course. And George laughed, one of those irritating, senseless laughs of his. They do make me so wild. So here writer says that Harris was why he was not sent me early, that he was forgotten boots to keep inside bag. So that gives irritation, and now he becomes mad. So here the writer says here, So one of those irritating, senseless laugh of his, they do make me so wild. And he was laughing, his laugh was burst out. He's laughing like a senseless, okay? Who? Harris. So that laughing, it gives a wild nature to the writer, okay? That wild nature means he feels anger at him, okay? So this is about the paragraph. Let's move on to the further paragraph. I opened the bag and packed the boots in, and then just I was going to close it, a horrible idea occurred to me. Okay. So then Harry said that why you have not kept boots there, and he was forgot that, and again he opened bag and he was kept the boots, and he was irritated on Harris. Then later on he was packed his bag and again he was ready to sat on the chair. And suddenly he was remembered it, and another horrible idea came in his mind. So what is that? Let's see here. Had I packed my toothbrush? Don't know how it is, but I never do now whether I have packed my toothbrush. So that what is the horrible idea here? That is about the toothbrush. So he is saying that it is a horrible idea, okay, and he don't even know that he has packed the toothbrush or not. But I never do know whether I have packed my toothbrush. Actually, he forgot that he has kept his toothbrush or not. So that gives a horrible idea, okay, to the writer. My toothbrush is a thing that haunts me when I am traveling and makes my life misery. Okay, so here writer compares that. So missing, like forgetting toothbrush. So that gives a haunt. Haunts means it likes a devil idea, devil thing to the writer. Okay, so why it is? So whenever he used to travel to anywhere, so the main horrible thing for him is it is the forgetting of toothbrush. Okay, so here it says haunts means is repeatedly give trouble. So that toothbrush is giving trouble to the writer. Okay, then I dream that I haven't packed it and wake up in a cold perspiration and get out of bed and hunt for it. So here he said that once he had a dream. Okay, in the dream he has forgotten toothbrush while he was traveling, and suddenly he was got up with the perspiration. Perspiration means sweating. With the sweating, with the cold, with the lot of cold, he feel very cold. So when he got perspiration, and it was hot for him, means it gives a trouble to writer. So here in this lines you see that the writer exaggerated more about toothbrush. He is giving an elaborate description. He is giving a higher higher quality to the toothbrush. He gives more importance to the toothbrush. Okay. So usually what we do, if we forget, we will purchase it. What's the matter it is? What's the big deal it is it? But actually writer is very exaggerated about the forgetting of toothbrush. Okay. Then let's move on here in the next line. And in the morning I pack it before I have used it. So what he has done, a writer, so in the morning he packed his toothbrush. Okay. Before the morning he has packed his toothbrush in his bag, and I have to unpack again to get it. So the next morning he has to get his toothbrush and used to unpack the bag. And it is always the last thing I turn out of the bag, and then I repack and forget it. So what is the last thing for him? That is packing of a toothbrush. It is the one of the last thing that he used to pack in the bag. But actually always he used to forget that keeping toothbrush in his bag again. I have to rush upstairs for it at last the moment and carry it to the railway station wrapped up in my pocket handkerchief. So in the last moment when he was about to leave to the railway station, so what he used to go, again he went upstairs, and again he has to take his toothbrush and keep it in his in a handkerchief and kept in his pocket, in one of his pocket. So this is the job he is doing for a toothbrush. Okay, so how exaggerated thing it is. Okay, so it is he feels very misery about the keeping toothbrush, and also it gives a haunt also, it gives a trouble to the writer. Of course I had to turn every mortal thing out now, and of course I could not find it. So after that what he has done, the writer is, So when he was searching his toothbrush, okay, so he whatever in the paragraph he said about, so this is his, it's a habit, okay. So whenever he used to travel for anywhere, so that is the main job of forgetting toothbrush. That is the writers, okay. But now he says here, so when he was packing his bag and he is not getting his toothbrush, is he kept that toothbrush in a bag or not? Okay, and that is the mortal thing out now. Mortal thing now means every ordinary things he has kept in the bag and everything it was messed. And of course I could not find it. So he is getting each and every ordinary things in his bag, but actually he is not getting his toothbrush. I rummaged the things up into the much the same state that they must have been before world was created and when chaos reigned. Okay, so here he says that rummaged. Rummage means search in a hurried and careless way. So he was searching for the toothbrush again and again, but he is not getting his toothbrush, and he made all the things messed. Okay, like he is comparing how he has messed the things in the in a bag. Okay, for finding the toothbrush, is he kept the toothbrush in his bag or not? So he comparing to the how the world was must have been before the world was created. Okay, so he made his bag very mess, and how it looks like how the world before it was created. Okay, so like that I made it all of the things messed in their bags. Then when chaos reigned means, so he was in confusion, there was a confusion ruled over his mind. Okay, so he is in a dilemma, he is in confusion, so that was ruling in his mind. Of course I found George's and Harris's 18 times over, but I couldn't find my own. So while he was searching his toothbrush in his bag, so he was searching again and again, but he got Harry's and George's toothbrush. How many times? 18 times he got their toothbrushes. But actually he not find out his toothbrush. Writer has not find out his toothbrush. I put the things back one by one and held everything up and shook it. Then I found it inside boot. I repacked once more. Okay. So again he was searching and searching. So everything he was keeping outside from the bag one by one. And then he was shook the bag. He was shaking his bag. So suddenly, so there were the toothbrush. It was in a boot. Okay, it was inside the boot. So then he got his toothbrush. See how much he is panicked with the toothbrush, is it? So then he repacked once more. So and once again he was repacked their bag. So let's move on to the further paragraph. When I had finished, George asked her if the soap was in. I said I didn't care hand whether the soap was in or whether it wasn't. I slammed the bag shut and strapped it and found that I had packed my spectacles in it and had to reopen it. Oh my God, how many times the writer are used to packed his bag and again he was unpacking his bag. So here in these lines he is saying here, when I had finished it, so when I got my toothbrush, when he has finished and he was packed it bags once again. So again what happened here? George asked, so one of his friend asked him that, did you kept the soap inside? I said I didn't care hand whether the soap was there or not. So now writer says that to the George, I am not caring about the soap, it is there or not, I am not going to open my bag. Okay, so this is, and I slammed the bag shut and strapped it. So now I close the bag and I am not doing any kind of job now for packing the bag and searching the things it is there or not. Was it that I thought that I had packed my spectacles in it? Then after that suddenly he got another thing that, so he has packed his spectacle inside the bag. Okay, that is very important for the writer, and had to reopen it. So again he was reopening that bag. So these two people who are looking at writer, because they didn't have any work and they are looking like they are looking at the writer because he is doing work, isn't it? And this thing like open bag and again he was repacking bag, so that gives a funny things. Okay, Okay, they were enjoying. These two friends, they were enjoying. They were having a lot of fun with this bag and the even writer too. Okay. Then what happened? It got shut up finally at 10:05 p.m. So again he was searching for the spectacles. So at last he finished his packing his bag at exactly at 10:05 p.m. And then there remained the hampers to do it. So next part is about packing hampers. Packing hampers means large baskets for carrying food. Okay. So it is a large basket which carries food. Here the word called, here I have not told you some of the words, the new words like rind means ruled, chaos means confusion. Okay. Then care hang means show no concern or interest. Show no concern or interest. Then slammed means shut the lid forcefully and loudly. Okay. It is a shut the lid forcefully and loudly. That is called slammed. Now, Harris said that we should be wanting to start in less than 12 hours time and thought that he and George had better do the rest. And I agreed and sat down, they had to go. Okay. Now Harris said that, so these two people are going to pack hampers. Okay. So now they are saying that the Harris and George, they were saying that to writer, yes, we are doing that one in a good manner. So you have to relax yourself and we are doing our job. Okay. So in that it's about 12 hours. So now how many hours remain to leave for the travel, leave for the trip? There is only 12 hours left. Okay. Less than 12 hours for traveling. And they need whatever the things they want, they need everything for while they were traveling. Okay. And they have agreed and sat down and they had a go. Okay. So now they are ready to pack up hampers here. So this is about this is about how these three friends having a fun with the packing bags. So it gives, so here, and it was extracted from a novel called Three Men in a Boat. Okay, so who are the three men? That is Harris, George, and also writer Jerome. Okay, so they were when the friends were gathered and they were having a trip and they used to go for a travel. So they were having a lot of fun. Okay, so with each other. So that gives a very interesting and very excited journey. Okay, so this is the intention of a writer to say to the reader. Okay, so how they had fun with each other. They began in a light-hearted spirit, evidently intended to show me how to do it. I made no comment. I only waited, with the exception of George. Okay. So here I wanted to stop here. So remaining part of the lesson I will continue in the next class. Okay, because story it is more interesting in the next class. So whatever the funny things they had done. Okay. So let's see the part second in the next learning block. Okay. So all of you just think that, so how they were enjoyed and what they have done while packing bags and what we are doing and what you are doing. So while you are having fun with your friends, while you are going for a trip. Okay, and this is the today's class. I hope that you all are enjoyed and you all are fun with. So all of you stay at home, keep learning. Thank you.